Hi everyone, I'm Walter.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome to Unit 17, See You Later, Alligator. So Moscow Zoo has recently lost one of its oldest residents back in May. Saturn, who was born in 1936, was an alligator that was a present from the US to Berlin. Now, because Berlin wasn't the best place to be around that time, there were a lot of bombings due to the war. Poor Saturn was found actually under some rubble.
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 British troops actually found him in 1946, and they actually sent him to Moscow. So they sent him to Moscow Zoo, where he quickly became a cherished member once he joined the menagerie of Moscow Zoo. Cherished.
Cherished.
Menagerie.
Menagerie.
Now, institutions such as this zoo serve roles for both the animals they keep and the people that visit them.
Right. Well, this is a silly question, but have you ever seen an alligator in person?
I believe it was an alligator. In person, does that count as a zoo as well?
I guess so.
I guess, right. So in that case, yes, but when I went to Florida, I remember seeing a kind of swamp or a lake, and there was a bunch of things that looked either like a crocodile or an alligator. I'm not too sure what the difference is. But that's about it. I don't really remember much. What about yourself?
Well, growing up in Australia, we have a lot of wildlife. We see a lot of crocodiles. There is a bit of a difference between a crocodile and a alligator, just by the shape as well, even though they look a bit similar. Usually crocodiles also are much bigger than alligators, I think.
Okay.
Well, the ones I saw in Australia Zoo were huge, actually. The crocodiles, the alligators, in person, I definitely have probably seen them before. Talking about zoos, how often do you visit zoos?
Well, I can't really remember the last time I went to the zoo, but I do believe it was Seoul Grand Park.
Oh yeah,
here in South Korea, about 4 or 5 years ago. So that tells you that I do not go to zoos very often. I'm not really a fan of your traditional zoo.
Okay.
I don't really like how they treat animals. However, I know that there are zoos which are also kind of sanctuaries for animals, so I fully support them. You know, there is an argument, which is what the article talks about, but I do fully support those kind of zoos. But yeah, not often. How about you?
It's probably been a while since I've been to a zoo as well. I try to believe that most zoos look after their wildlife. The last time I went to the zoo was last year in Australia, in Sydney. So it seemed that they were being well looked after, but we don't really know what happens behind the scenes. But I try to give really big zoos the benefit of the doubt and say that they are treating their animals very well, but who knows really. Anyway, that wraps it up for our preview section, and we'll see you on the review section.